It's just tying one of my favorite all-time flies that I've created. It's a variant of a brim bunny. When I started fly fishing, I'll put the materials, the recipe in the comments or in the description. But it's a straightforward fly, very basic. It's a fly that has an upturned hook. So what we want to do is we're going to create a top of the fly, so we need to create a stopper preventing the material from riding all the way down to the shank of the hook. So just where the hook point, just create a base, pretty thick one. This is a fly that I've used all over everywhere that I've fished, and it's caught me everything from freshwater trout to GTs. Even had a shot at a with hook marlin on it. A friend of mine that's used my fly has hooked a sailfish on it in Vanuatu. We've hooked small black marlins out in Fraser Island. And the funny thing is, I've never really tied this fly to be too big anyway. It's got dumbbell eyes, saddle hackle and zonker strips. My favourite colour of all time is white. Everywhere that I've fished, white's my go-to colour at the start, and then from there I do variants of colours. Freshwater species especially love colour, something that I learnt while living in New Zealand. Moved here from Oz. So I've got my saddle hackles here, and I splay these ones in. You can splay them out if you fish in the flats. I created this for bones, and I wanted a fly that represented a shrimp, especially like a mantis shrimp sitting on the bottom, or squid as it's dropping with their splayed feathers. So as it sinks, it looks like it's, sorry, I've just got this really chunky holder for my phone. So I just put my saddle hackle all the way down, make sure that the crystal flash is sitting in the middle of the saddle hackles. Bring that all the way down to the bump, and then from here what I'm going to do is I've got some braid, sparkle flash maxi braid. Like I said, I start off in all white. It's a fly that I kept to myself for quite some time. It's quite a successful fly. I've even had some guides in New Zealand try to steal my pattern. I don't really care. If it's that good and it's worth sharing, well, why not? So this camera keeps getting out of focus, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap these sparkle braid up the shank of the hook. I'm going to bring it to about an eye length. About half an eye length up to the shank. Create a base, tie that off. Now I'm using medium-sized dumbbell eyes. This is the hook is one of my favourites. It's a Gamakatsu SL12S, big game. This is a 1 bar O. I normally tie this in a smaller hook, but I'm just getting ready for the kingfish season in summer. So about an eye length behind just wrap your dumbbell eyes in. And you want to make sure, if you're not using these hooks, I like these hooks because they're like they're pretty light. So by sticking dumbbell eyes, they sit nicely, and make sure it's sitting nice, straight. They will sit hook pointing upwards. If you're using a dumbbell eyes that are way too light, what's going to happen is the hook's going to sit sideways like a flounder would swim on its side. So I'm just putting a bit of, you can wrap the shank with extra lead, but just be careful, because if you get this in the wind and it taps in the back of the head, you know about it really quick. So hit that with a bit of UV glue and set it. So now my zonker strip, turn the hook upside down, get my zonker strip in. So I'll give it about 4 or 5 mil length. Drop that zonker strip down. Back in the vise. We have a container of water on my bench for checking my flies swim, making sure the hook's sitting correctly and wet hairs like this, so it's easier to tie. Don't like sticking my, a lot of people lick their material. You don't know what the dye's consisted of. Alright, tied in, trim it. Just tie that in. One, two, wet finish. So this fly represents a lot of things, I found. Created this by accident. I was bored one day and I was sick of fouling on the bottom, so I needed a fly that was tied up right. When I was learning how to fly fish, I saw a YouTube video of how hooks were sitting upright, like this guy here. So tie this pattern, and done me bloody good. So put a dab of super glue on the thread and super glue on the eyes, and that's it. Johnny Tan's Bouncing Bunny, and that's it. It's a lure that sits like this, and it's done really well for me. Hope that helps someone. There you go. Proper look at it.